Hey everyone, welcome to Sunrise Extra on a Thursday. Drew, you have got the topic today. I'm letting you take the con today.
Yes. Oh, thank you. Thank you. From my basement, I bring you the Sunrise Extra topic. And what made me think about this was the fact that, and I hope that we can see all of us right now because I can't see any of us, but I'm sure that Rod is there, right, Rod? And Brenda's there. Great, great, great. Okay, so today would have been the opening day of Major League Baseball, which personally is a day that I circle on the calendar each year. I look forward to this day. Love baseball, of course, that's no secret. And that, of course, like all sporting events around the country, around the world, not happening right now. So I thought that is definitely something, grand scheme of things, not a huge deal. I absolutely get it. But it's one of those little things in life that I will be missing during these different times that we're going through right now. So no Major League Baseball opening up today, which made me ask this question. What are the things right now that you missed most since things dramatically changed in our world a couple of weeks ago? And we don't want this to be a complete Debbie Downer of a Sunrise Extra. So you must come to us with also a positive. If you want to share what you missed most about life these last 2 weeks, you must also give us what you're enjoying most or what you're appreciating most during these different times that we're living through. So a little positive to balance out what could be considered a negative. Let us know right now. We are coming to you live, of course, on our Facebook feed and our YouTube feed. We'll be monitoring our text line as well. If you want to text us a response, 503-226-5111 is the text number. I basically have given you my answer. Baseball is the one thing I'm missing right now. I'll miss opening day today and all the pageantry that comes with that. And of course, I'm missing our kids play baseball because they're not practicing at all right now.
What do you appreciate the most? You got to answer your second question.
Oh yeah, Nina, darn it. I hadn't put much thought into that one.
You make the rules.
Okay. No, this is this seems like an obvious answer, an easy answer, but it's the first one that came to my mind. It would be my wife, who is doing. I am struggling to some degree with this work at home business. It's just it's tough for me to get into that focus, and I think we've talked about that before, Brenda and Nina, maybe Rodney too. How we would all struggle if we had to work from home, and now I'm doing it and I'm struggling. But my wife has managed to keep going with her job. She's put together a great schedule for our boys so they're not just bouncing off of walls and fighting with each other all day. They pretty much have like a school day to attend to because my wife delivered a schedule. And we keep having great meals here at our house as well. So thank you, Mia. 2 floors up. I appreciate it.
Nina, what about you?
What do I miss the most? I miss you guys because there is, believe it or not, a lot of work that now has fallen on my shoulders. Being the only one with the studio and with a control room, and so everyone's like, "Oh, you're the only one at work. Can you do this? Can you do this? Can you do this?" Calling me at home at 2 o'clock. Hey, can you interview this person? And I woke up last night in the middle of the night and started to have just a really bad headache and like dreaming about coronavirus news stories.
Same.
And so I miss like just the regular flow. I mean, obviously everyone misses that, kind of the regular flow of things. And I miss, we went and picked up a pizza that we called in last night. And I, walked in to pay and to get it. And they had music going and, it was like the girl at the cashier. And then there was like one dude making the pies in the back, but they had music on. And I was like, oh, I miss just being in an atmosphere of other people, like out and about. What do I appreciate the most? Yeah. I don't know. Nothing yet, to be honest. Really, I'm not working from home. It's like more stressful, like so many people are feeling right now. So I don't know. I mean, I guess maybe neighborhood walks have been good with just my daughter.
You made me dig for an answer, Nina. I'm looking for an answer from you this morning.
I
know. Maybe we can give her like 15 more minutes because we're going to be, here on the stream for a while.
Yeah, give me ideas. What do you think, Brenda?
She'll come up with something.
Right.
What do I think? You know what I feel I've realized about myself is that there are things that I thought were indispensable. And now I know they're really not, and they don't really matter. And I'm talking about some things like color my roots pretty soon.
Yes.
I was supposed to have a haircut in color today, and now that's out the window. And I'm kind of liking my natural platinum highlights.
Ah.
I don't know. Who knows what this hair is going to look like soon. You know, nail stuff, this gel is going to be looking ragged in about a month. But again, those things are like, I don't even care about that anymore. Every day I get up and I'm kind of on a mission to come in here. And Drew, I'm with you because I feel like the thing that I really appreciate most after kind of a mental, stressful day of keeping track of everything virus, I love having most of my favorite people in one room at the end of the day. I mean, hands down, they are my comfort. So I think those are kind of my two extremes, guys. What about you, Rod?
Well, I'll start with what I miss. I miss annoying you people. That's kind of become part of my day, you know. I walk around the newsroom and I kind of annoy you all individually, one at a time.
Yes.
So I don't
Yes.
I can't do that.
Oh, I know.
You are such
But, you know, seriously, I miss my golf buddies. You know, that's my main outlet of recreation is going up and hitting balls either by myself, the driving range closed, or seeing my golf buddies, you know, on a weekend. We usually play on a Saturday or a Sunday. I tell you what I do enjoy, what made me really smile the other day is I was out in the garage looking for something, and I realized my car hadn't been out of the garage in like 2 days.
Yeah.
So I am kind of enjoying not having to drive. There is something, I think, comforting, at least for short term, of slowing life down a little bit. And for me, I feel like this has been a spotlight on just how, at least for my family, that we just go, go, go. You know, get Natasha to ice skating, get this, pick up that, call those people, go there, you know, and make, I don't know how many trips a day for things that maybe we could have done all at once if we would have waited for 3 days. So slowing down right now, I think that's a positive, guys.
Dotes McGoats, one of my favorite Twitter handles of maybe all time. She says, I'm just enjoying having nowhere to go and nothing to do. I think being forced to slow down is good. So, and I was kind of misinterpreting your question, Drew. I was more thinking of like, what am I enjoying about this time right now? Instead of like, what maybe have I learned to appreciate more? And I guess you could answer it in both of those ways.
I try to use 2 words there.
Yes.
What are you most enjoying, or what are you appreciating most? Either one.
So yeah, I mean, I appreciate now the quietness. Like our street, and we're probably 2 blocks away from a fairly busy street with, you know, Tri-Met bus line and everything. And you go outside and you're sitting on the front porch and it's just, you can hear the birds. It's quiet. It's weird, but it is just nature, you know, like you notice more kind of creatures and stuff outside. We went for a little nature walk with my daughter, and you know, you can just kind of look down and look at the flowers, and we were looking for slugs and centipedes and weeding in the yard, and she loves to pick up that stuff. And so it's just kind of those like little moments that, you know, like people are saying, kind of slow down.
Can I read one of our comments from our regulars? Good morning, Ginny Carlson. She says, I appreciate the petty social issues are gone. People are way nicer, more helpful, and more supportive. I love that comment. I think that's true. I see that.
Generally speaking, I think she's right. I will say this. We're doing that March Movie Madness tournament, you know, during our Sunrise TV show all this week, and it'll bleed into next week. And most of the comments I'm getting online about that, very positive. But once in a while, I do get someone who says, hey, this poll sucks. All these movies stink. What's the matter with you? So there still is some negativity out there, I will say, Ginny Carlson. But I agree with you that generally speaking, people have been a little nicer. Yeah, some people never change. I will read right now another comment from our Facebook live stream. Dawn is watching us this morning. She's another regular, Dawn Kimlinger. She says, I'm an avid NCAA softball fan, and I won't be able to see any of the games that would be going on right now, so she misses that. She says she is grateful, though, right now that she still has a job. And then she has a message for all. Wash hands, continue to wash hands.
Yes.
Thank you, Dawn.
That's a good one. And Joycelle Perez says, I miss A. Lene. They were our date nights.
Yes, oh my gosh, I need a date night so bad. Want a babysitter and a date night, but you can't.
Dorinda Baldwin says, I miss getting to hold my grandkids. I had 2 brand new grandsons in January and February. Oh, I don't know how I would have raised my kids without the
They're
grandparents.
brand new. Yeah,
They
no
are
kidding.
clutch.
Let's see.
I've got a couple here while you're looking, Nina,
Yes.
because I've seen this comment by a few people, and Paula Stewart Owen
Okay.
chimes in with hugs. A few people like Paula have said hugs. I'm missing the hugs, the actual physical contact with other people.
Yeah.
She says, it is killing me in bold letters. We hear you, Paula.
Dotes McGoats coming back and says, thank you. I've become a regular watcher of our Sunrise Extra show.
Nice.
Yes, we've
I
picked up
love
some more
that.
viewers because people are online.
Nice.
I don't know, it's either like you're watching less TV, you know, if you're a sports fan like our guys here, or you're watching way more TV. Have you guys been watching more or less?
You know what? We started the new season, season 8 of Homeland.
Oh, okay.
And so we're diving into that. But yeah, my significant other is a huge NBA fan. And this is his
Yes.
favorite time of year.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he's in as good a mood as he is, considering
Yeah.
there's no basketball.
It is crazy. I mean, I miss it. And I know Rod and I have talked about this. I miss the sports. It is crazy to go from a world where literally every night you can turn on the TV, flip through channels, and see like a dozen different sporting events to a world where none of that is happening. And I miss it, but I don't miss it as badly as I thought I would, because we have other means of entertainment. There are TV shows, there are movies, we're playing some family games. I told you yesterday we actually played Scrabble as a family. First time I ever played Scrabble in my life. I'm wondering, do you think, when the dust settles and things get back to normal, or what we consider to be normal, will the world of sports change? Because maybe we're realizing how we don't need that as much as we do. I would love to see ticket prices go down as a result of all this. Like, hey, we don't need you as much as you think we do. We're not going to pay those crazy prices. Bring the ticket prices down, please.
Yeah, no kidding. I wonder just how socially things are going to change.
Drew.
Oh, go ahead, Rod. Go ahead.
Drew, well, speaking for all Kansas City Chief reigning Super Bowl fans,
Oh no.
I still need my team.
This
just
was
wanna
the
say that.
hassling he was talking about.
Sorry.
The Super Bowl will never be over until next year, right? Well, do you think when this is,
I think Rod is.
the threat is over,
Never
are we
mind.
going
Sorry.
to
Delay.
change social practices? When you go to the store, do you think, being distant is going to be more people are going to be cognizant of stuff like that?
I think it'll probably be a slow roll because at first I think people will be cautious. Did you guys happen to see the report yesterday from Dr. Anthony Fauci, who's the point person on the coronavirus task force for the administration? He said he sees signs that this is going to be like the seasonal flu in that it comes back. So this may not be our last rodeo, unfortunately, with COVID-19. They're seeing that in places now that are in their winter, the warmer areas that are now getting colder and seeing some cases. So will people, when it's over here in the States, kind of keep their distance? They might. I often think that no matter what happens, given enough time, that people fall back to their new normal. I don't know if that's human nature or not, but whatever you go through, as terrible as it is, somehow, eventually, people kind of settle into whatever that level is. What do you think?
What do you think, Drew? I kind of think it might change.
Well, as you were saying that, Brenda, and I agree, I think it might change as well. But as you were talking about that, and you mentioned this earlier on the TV show, Dr. Fauci. This is a gentleman who, I'm going to say a month ago, what was this percentage of Americans who knew who Dr. Fauci was, right?
Almost zero.
Like
Before
this much.
this, yeah.
And now he is one of the most recognizable faces and names in the country. And I was thinking earlier, when we were going through Desert Storm back in the early 90s, General Norman Schwarzkopf became this household name. And we all knew the face and we knew the name, right, through those times. And I feel like Dr. Fauci is becoming our version of that right now.
What else can you guys see changing after we get through this crisis? Anybody have ideas?
That could be tomorrow's topic on Sunrise Extra,
I
Brenda.
don't know.
I need some time to sleep on that one.
I think this is really going to change the way that these you know, however they trace where this virus came, and there's all kinds of animal flus. You talked to that, was he an epidemiologist or a virologist? Virologist at PSU about the bat connection.
Yes.
Of, you know, you can't have these markets where exotic animals are stacked upon each other and they're stressed, because I was reading about, you know, you put these animals from the forest and the jungle and wherever in a human area, and you're stacking them up in cages, they're stressed out, and they actually like shed virus that they themselves carry, and they're fine with it because their, you know, bodies have gotten used to it, but then it gets into a human area. I think that stuff is going to, you know, change in a lot of countries, and just maybe a lot of people will want to become, you know, nurses and healthcare workers. I mean, I've always been hearing that there's going to be a big sweep of retirement of a lot of, you know, nurses and stuff now who are getting to be close to retirement age, and hopefully it kind of, you know, spurs people into the medical field.
Mindy on our stream says the mental health fallout will create trauma, causing some fear, leaving their homes in difficulty getting back to typical intimacy. Yeah, I mean, I don't know why. We've had some stuff in my family, so I really do have a soft spot for people with mental health challenges. I mean, it is no joke, and this is absolutely triggering for so many Americans. So, you know, love to anybody who's going through that.
What were you going to say, Drew?
Did you guys see I'm sorry, did you guys see the comment? I can't find it
was,
again, so I lost the name of the person that had it. But, you know, just talking about high school seniors, we're soon going to be getting into that season where high school seniors have all kinds of activities that were planned, and if this continues, I mean, there are a lot of sad stories out there and people losing opportunities that they'll never get back. And just wanted to let people at home know that, you know, I think all of us are thinking and wishing the best for people that are losing certain events right now that unfortunately were once in a lifetime opportunities, guys.
Very true.
Drew?
And some of those events are smaller events, right? Because I'm looking at viewer Sue watching us right now on the Facebook live feed. Good morning, viewer Sue. She says, and she actually has a pretty long comment here, but I'll just get to one of the middle highlights. She says she's missing her girls, talking about her girlfriends. She says, we've been doing our ladies' nights together every third Thursday of the month for 15 years, and tonight will be the first time they don't get together in that 15-year stretch. At least not in person. Maybe you can do it virtually.
Oh, Heather Son Boyle says, I hope we stop relying on other countries as much. Interesting. And Terry says, missing my 2 grandsons. I haven't seen them since January. The oldest turns 3 in 10 days. Aw.
J.R. Raven on YouTube says, I've realized what's most important to me and what I really can't live without. Bruce Davis says, I miss seeing people at my work and my family. It's been so hard for me. Let's see. Somebody else says, I've actually started calling people on the phone to hear their voices. I've done the same thing and like video call people, which has been like so silly that I just normally don't really call people up that much and have longer conversations. But this has been really nice to reconnect with friends.
I haven't done that so much, and I need to, absolutely. But I did talk yesterday on the phone with someone who I've talked to on the phone before, but never at the length we did yesterday, Mike Benner, reporter at our station.
Yeah.
And Mike and I connected around 1 o'clock yesterday afternoon, and it was basically a venting session, talking about working from home and some of the craziness at work right now. And I feel for Mike because I told Mia earlier, and viewers who have kids this age can probably attest to this. I said, what would be most difficult is if you were home right now with kids between the ages of like 5 and 7 or 8, because those kids would normally be in a preschool or kindergarten, first, second grade situation, and now they're not, and they're not old enough to kind of do things on their own like our 12-year-olds can. So you are definitely home entertaining kids while also trying to maintain a full-time job. So that's where Benner is right now, my buddy Mike, because he has 3 kids who are all very young right now at home, and he's trying to find that work-life, work-at-home balance.
That is absolutely a real thing. Can I read part of a quick text that I got from a friend yesterday? I will not out her, but she has a kid you're talking about, Drew, right in that age. And she says, my daughter has been FaceTiming my best friend's daughter for the past 2 hours, and I don't even care anymore. Mama needs a break.
Yeah, no kidding. Go in your room and talk to your
Right.
friend. Exactly. My husband tried to work from
Hey,
home.
Mia, you can send Blaze down if you want.
Oh, here comes the doggy. My husband
Sorry,
tried to work from
domestic
home the other
situation.
day and had to be on a conference call with some other fire departments. And he was home alone with our daughter, who's 2.5. And she would not, like let him out of her sight. And so he locked himself in the office, which has like glass doors. And she was just outside, like, crying, like banging on the door. And he's trying to mute the phone and have this like work conference call. And so he texts me in a panic. He's like, you've got to come home. I can't do this. I'm like, oh no. So it was not working out well at our
I'm
house.
sure some
all
of
by
his
himself.
compadres are
Yeah.
all in the same boat. They have to understand.
Hey, can I paint a far-fetched scenario for you guys?
Yeah, do.
And it came up in my head. It came up in my head based on a viewer comment that I have now lost because my eyes are terrible. I believe if I can generalize the comment, and I can't even think of the viewer's name, the comment was simply, I miss sports, I don't miss politics. And there have been so many big cancellations,
yeah, I saw
right,
that.
over the last few weeks because of all this. The most recent one being the Olympics. We've never had an Olympics canceled outside of a war year before. And it's been obviously not canceled, but postponed until next year. And I thought, what would be like bigger than that? What would be the next big thing? Could we possibly postpone the presidential election of 2020? Would that ever happen?
I don't
Or is
think
that
they'll
just like
postpone
way
it.
too crazy? Never happen.
But I do think that they're talking about like massive mail ballots if something were to go completely and utterly sideways.
Yeah, you have to have the primaries to get the nominee.
Yep. It'll be
So,
interesting to see
well,
what
yeah.
Biden and
Right.
Bernie
Oregon's
do.
been doing that mail-in
election
thing
year
for
like
a
no
while.
other.
It works pretty good. People should take advantage of it.
And I think
Hey,
that
real quick,
comment
a big
that
shout out to the people that pick up the trash and the recyclable bins because I just heard the trucks go by outside. That my trash has been picked up. Thank you.
Yay!
Absolutely. You got it.
I love it. I love watching that now. I saw it on Monday. I never get to see it because I'm always at work. But Monday, I saw the trucks coming by. I was like, look at those guys. I love seeing that truck get, my bags get emptied and the truck pull away. It's a good feeling, actually.
It's the small things, right? All right,
It
quick,
is.
Brenda,
It
and
is
then we
a
have
good
like a
feeling,
minute.
yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
you wanted me?
Oh, I thought you were going to read a comment.
Oh, I was looking, but I know that you've got a Today Show cutting coming up, so I was going to zip it.
Oh, okay. All right, let's zip it all together.
Okay.
It's
I
been a
can tell you-
pleasure seeing you
All
all,
right.
team. I miss you guys. And we will see you tomorrow on Sunrise Extra. Bye.